Have you ever sat across someone on a date and the whole entire time you're nodding, you're listening, but deep down in your heart, you're telling yourself that if this goes down, it's not just breaking my heart, but it will also be breaking the heart of my children. Now, dating is already complicated. It's not easy. It's a very complicated process, especially in the generation that we are finding ourselves in, where meeting people is not that easy. And dating as an African single mom in the diaspora is a different story altogether. It's a different ball game altogether because it's not just about love, it's about protection, it's about healing, it's about protection in a foreign land, it's about healing from your past, it's about choosing wisely when you don't have the luxury of making mistakes. Because you have been in a relationship before, you are in a foreign land, and you have 2 kids on top of that, or 3 kids, or 4 kids, you don't date to make mistakes again. You don't date to break up again. That is what makes dating for an African single mom in the diaspora very complicated. Now, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are starting your day nicely or your evening nicely, or whichever time that you're watching this. I'm glad and I appreciate you taking your time to learn with us as you go through this. If you're new here, this space is for real communication, friendship, learning, growth, healing, and thriving. Okay, so you're basically just trying to teach ourselves how to navigate our lives in the diaspora as African single moms. And I hope that somehow you will get something out of this as we proceed. Now, today we are going to be talking about something deeply personal, in the sense that it is touching deeply in a way to most of us. Dating as an African single mom in a foreign country. Finding a mate, finding a partner, finding a companion, finding that close friend in the diaspora as a single mom. Now, it is not something that we can talk about as a filtered version, not as a fairy tale, but as truth that many of us are living every single day. Many African single moms out there are trying to find somebody that they can share this beautiful life with every single day of their life. Now, I'll share with you an experience of one of my friends who happened to have met someone in the diaspora and why this is very important. Let me call my friend Rose. I'll not use her real name. Now, when Rose landed in the diaspora, I'll also not mention the country. We have to protect the privacy of some of our friends. When she landed in the diaspora for the very first time, she met this guy. She was so much in a hurry to settle. So she met this guy, a very nice guy, according to her, and there was chemistry between them. And within a very short period of time, they had moved in together in less than a month. Now, I want you to think about this as I am telling you the story of my friend. Rose moved to a foreign country. She still does not know anything about this country, not the rules, not how it works, how people engage or interact in the country. She's still trying to learn her way around. And then in the process, she meets this very nice guy. And having the African background operating in her mind, she moved in with this guy as soon as possible. Now, moving in with this guy, and Rose had 4 kids, so they moved in together with her 4 kids. It did not take long. It did not take long before this nice guy started showing his true colors. And that is something that really frustrated Rose to an extent that she had to quit her job and she had to go back to Africa. There were quite a lot of red flags involved in that relationship that she was so blinded to because she rushed into making decisions about getting involved with this man. Now, this is the reason why I would like us to talk about some of the things that are very important before you start dating or before you start opening your heart again to someone in the diaspora. I know diaspora is a very lonely place. Most of these countries are the loneliest places you can find yourself in as an African. Because the way we grow up in Africa is very different. The way we interact in Africa is very different. We are so used to connecting with our friends, our family, our relatives, our neighbors, and we don't close ourselves in the houses like it happens in the diaspora. So this is the reason why you might find yourself as a single African mom trying to connect with someone. It is a good thing, but then there are quite a lot of things that you need to consider before you open your heart to someone. There are key things that you have to sit down and ask yourself. You have to sit down and reflect upon them before you can open your heart to someone. So one of the things that you need to consider is that you're not just dating for yourself. Remember that at this stage, you're not just dating for yourself. You are a package deal. You're not coming as a single person. You're not coming as an individual. You're not getting yourself into this relationship as an individual. You're coming as a package deal. Now, when I say you're coming as a package deal, that means that the moment you meet someone and you're new with this person, do not hide information. You have to be very open. You have to be very frank. You have to be truthful. Tell this person your situation. I am a single mom and I have 4 kids, I have 5 kids, I have 3 kids, I have 1 child, whichever. Tell them the truth right from the word go. Why? Because this will also help you to shed off those who are not honest to you, and it will also help you to shed off those who are not responsible. It will also help you to know who is genuinely interested in you as a person. A honest person and someone who is really interested in you will not make you feel like you're too much. They will not make you feel like you're alone. Instead, they will embrace you with your children, and therefore, you must make sure that you openly tell the person that you are a package deal. You're not just you. Do not hide your children. This is, if you do something like that, you're going to hurt yourself and you're going to hurt your children. And eventually that relationship will not end well, because when this person discovers that you lied to them about your children, they will not stay. Okay. On top of that, you must be very careful that this person is not competing with your children for your love. The person is not competing with your children for your love. What am I trying to say? Your children come first. Your children come first. Your first relationship, you and your partner came first in that relationship. And along the way, children were born. And that relationship ended somehow. Going forward, remember, you are the only blood relative of your children. And therefore, your children come first. If whoever you are dating seems to be competing with your children over your love, for your love, then there are question marks, and therefore you need to call yourself to a meeting and ask yourself, what is your priority at this point? So you must be very careful when you meet somebody and you want to date for the first time, especially in the diaspora, where it is very easy for somebody to draw you away from your children and you end up neglecting your children. Secondly, you must work on your healing from your previous relationship. Work on your healing. People who are not healed bleed on others. You might meet somebody who is very nice, somebody wonderful, somebody who loves you with all they've got. But because you have not healed from your previous relationship, you will have carried forward the pain of your previous or past relationship into this new relationship. In which case, two things might happen. One of them, you will self-sabotage. Tell me about it. You will self-sabotage, my sister. You will keep looking for loopholes, problems, because in your heart and in your mind, you're still afraid and you're living with the fear of your past and you're trying to find those mistakes of the previous person in this new person, which makes it very difficult for you to open your heart fully to the person you will have met. So you will need to heal. You will need to work on your healing. If it means going for therapy, go for therapy. It works. Go for therapy. Talk to someone so that you clean up your heart completely. Clean it up completely, because the loneliness in the diaspora is something so loud. The loneliness in diaspora is loud. You can go a whole week without talking to someone that sometimes you wonder whether you're still functioning normally or if your system shut down completely. You're still normal. You're normal. You're okay. It's just that your environment changed and the way people operate in the diaspora is completely different from how we operate in our African countries. Now, when we talk about that loneliness, I will also advise that do not let the loneliness and that silence push you into unnecessary relationships. Do not be this person that cannot be comfortable on their own, so much so that you don't mind hooking up with anyone. You must be very careful. Don't forget that the cultural practices in the diaspora are so different from how you're brought up in Africa. Your cultural practices in Africa are different. So when you move to a diasporan country, you're living somewhere in a foreign land and you are interacting with foreigners, people whose culture is totally different from yours. You must be very careful how you handle your loneliness. Now, the healing process also is very important because it is going to teach you how to sit on your own and love on yourself. You will learn how to be comfortable in your own space without desperately needing company. Because if you're not healed, then the noises in your brain, the noises in your mind, the past keeps shouting in your mind, and therefore you find yourself looking for ways to numb that pain and looking for ways to shut the noise. And in the process, you might find yourself just picking and dropping, picking and dropping. And you cannot do that when you have kids. You cannot pick and drop every single time because This healing is not just for you. Like I said in my first point, that when you're engaging with somebody for the very first time, that dating is not just for you. It's also for your children. So the healing process that you're supposed to be going through is not just for you. You're not healing for yourself alone. You're healing for your children. You're healing for this person that you intend to have in your life as a partner. So that is the reason why you need to work on your healing, because you're trying to avoid the peak and drop, which is going to add more pain to whatever pain you have, or more stress, and even eventually might lead to depression. So heal first. Be in the position where you are okay being alone, where you can stay in your house. You have not talked to anyone, you have not gone anywhere, and you are okay. You are fine, you are comfortable, you are happy. Then from there, this person will just be a complement. It will not be like you're desperately looking for this person to fill a particular gap in your life. No, because you're already okay on your own. So it is important that you heal before you can engage with somebody again. Now, remember that the people you're going to be meeting, or the person you're going to be meeting, some of them are not really ready for the reality of you being a single mom. There are people who cannot take it. There are those who enjoy your company. They love how you operate. They love how you carry out yourself. They like hanging out with you, but they cannot commit just because you have children. That is why I said the first step was being very honest, because when you tell them the truth, then you will not have to deal with people hanging around you and making you hopeful. Well, actually, they are not interested in something long term. So it is important that you be very honest and be aware that there are people who are actually not ready for that kind of reality. The other thing that you also have to remember is that your time, the way your time is programmed, is different from somebody who is single, who does not have any responsibilities of children. So you will not be operating the same way. You don't have the luxury of I'm available anytime. That does not work for you anymore if you have children in the diaspora. One is because how the job system in the diaspora is structured. That is number one. Number two, the amount of time that your children need from you as a parent, because you're alone. Number three, your time is also affected by the fact that you do not have relatives around you to help out. So there are so many things that interfere with your time when it comes to dating. So you cannot just drop everything and say, yeah, we can meet over lunch, we can meet over dinner, we can spend the night out. I'm available anytime. That does not work for you. It cannot work for you, because you have a list of things that you need to take care of. But then if you meet the right person, somebody who is really genuinely care about you and really understands what you're going through and understands your situation, this person will not have a problem. In fact, they will be the ones to organize their time and their schedule to fit your program. Some of them will actually come in to help so that they create more room for the two of you to hang out. So I'm not saying that because your time is so tight and you have a very tight schedule, you will not be able to meet someone, or you will not be able to date. No. If you meet the right person, then you're sure that this person will play a really major role in ensuring that both of you get the valuable time that you need for each other. And they will not make you feel guilty. There are those who will make you feel as if because remember the point about competing with your children for your love. There are those who will try to guilt trip you into abandoning your child and giving them a 90% time for the relationship. So that is why you have to be very careful. Who do you pick, or who do you find? Um, who do you hang out with as you uh, date? I mean, as your partner, so that you don't find yourself in such kind of spaces. Another point is protect your child's space. Protect your child's space. Not everyone that you date should have access to your child. Not everyone that you date should have access to your child. You cannot be introducing Tom today, Dick tomorrow, Harry the next day, James, John, wherever. You cannot be introducing different people to your children every single day as your day. You have to protect your child's space. Sometimes people forget themselves in the diasporan countries where they go to, and work and operate with the assumption that nobody knows you around here, and after all, your family is far away. I'm telling you, the world is very tiny. The world is very tiny. And on top of that, you must remember that your children are growing, your children can see, your children can communicate, and your children will remember. So you must protect your children's space. Because when children grow up with a single mom, they tend to attach themselves very easily to the other party that comes home with you. They get excited about the presence of this person. And if anything happens that this person is no longer in the picture, this child will be going through a second heartbreak or a third or a fourth. And I don't think any mom wants their child to go through something like that. You do not want your child to keep questioning why they keep leaving. That is why you have to protect your child's space. You must make sure that by the time you are introducing this person into the life of your child, this is someone who you know is going to be around. This is somebody that you know is going to stay long enough to support you and support your children. We are almost done. Now this one is the part where your esteem comes in. The noise from your community. People will talk, my sister. People will say things. People will say nasty stuff about you. People will have opinions. They will have all sorts of things to say. But remember, these same people will not stand out for you when you're stuck with your children. When you need help taking your child to the hospital in the middle of the night. When you need help for somebody to stay behind with the rest of the children as you run to the hospital with the other. When you need help at the daycare because you have to rush your child to the daycare and go to the meeting in another school for one of your other kids. These same noisemakers will never stand in for you. So ignore the noise. Ignore the noise. And remember that this decision that you're making to move into this relationship has nothing to do with your neighbors. Has nothing to do with the community from which you're coming from. Has nothing to do with your villagers back in Africa. You are not doing this for them. This is for your sanity. This is for you and your children. So you must teach yourself how to ignore, completely ignore. You will be ignoring the noise when you find a partner because they will talk about it. You will also have to ignore the noise when there are lots of questions of why are you single? Why are you still single? Why are you still single? Now, you will have to teach yourself how to ignore noise both ways because they will come. There are those who are bold enough to come to you and ask you why. Ignore the noise. My sister, ignore the noise. So remember, when you're dating, you're not just dating for you. So you must be very careful who you pick up. Be careful who you select as your partner. Remember that these children have already been in a relationship before with someone that they considered a male figure in their life as their father. So the person that you're going to be bringing into the picture must be somebody who is comfortable and okay and appreciates you with your children. Be honest right from the beginning. Tell the truth. You have children and you're a package deal. You're not coming as an individual. If they're okay with it, then you can have a date. You can sit down and talk about the way forward. If they are not, tell them, bye. My kids come first. Your children come first. Protect your children's spaces. Do not introduce different people every single day to your children. Go through the healing process before you find yourself in a new relationship. It is important that you heal first before you can engage again. So if you're out there you're trying and questioning yourself and wondering if it is worth it, this is your reminder. You are not too much. You are not late. You are not hard to love. You are not a baggage. Oh, because I forgot to mention, my dear, you have to be financially stable. You must have your finances sorted out. You are not going to be getting into a relationship with your children to expect somebody else to carry that burden for you. No. Remember, you're looking for a companion, you're not looking for a financial breakthrough. That man is not going to be a financial breakthrough. You need to have your finances sorted out before you can engage. So, yes, you are lovable. You are enough as you are. You are not late for a relationship. Okay? So, if this message spoke to you, if you're going through these scenarios or these situations, if you've been sitting somewhere and asking yourself whether you should or you should not, please listen to this one more time, reflect upon it, and then you can make your move depending on how it will have communicated to you. So I want to wish you all the best, and I believe that no matter where you are in any one of these diaspora countries that you found yourself away from home, remember, there is nothing wrong with you dating. Just make sure that you plan yourself, you reflect upon it, you check on your finances, pick carefully, do not pick and drop. Okay. I also look forward to listening to some of your experiences, to read some of your experiences in the comment section. especially those who have been in the diaspora long enough. You've met someone, you have had different experiences, and these are some of the things that we want to share so that we can learn from each other. So I look forward to you sharing with us your experiences. You can ask questions if you have any question that you need answered. You can give us ideas on other things that you'd like us to talk about. And please like, share, subscribe, and let's continue building and thriving as African single moms in the diaspora. I look forward to hearing from you. Please share this video as much as you can. There are so many African single moms who are stuck out there, who feel so low, who feel so lost, who are depressed, who do not know what to do. They are scared, they are not sure, they're doubting themselves. Share, share, share so that it can reach as many people as possible. You do not know how long you're going to be in that country where you are. And you cannot say that you are waiting to go back home to find someone. You might go back home when you're 70. You never know. So please share to encourage our sisters all over the world that you can still date as a single African mom in the diaspora. With so much love to all of you. See you again next time. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, don't forget to like. So see you again, and thank you so much for your time. Bye. Until the next one.